Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to J.T. Hall Coliseum as the Trojans of Mississippi Delta will be taking on the Bulldogs of Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. Thank you for just over in the last two broadcasts. Thanks to Coach Evie, Eric Vaughn filling in the other night in the girls basketball game in Watson Cook last week. I know they're much better at it. We'll definitely have them back here in the future to do play-by-play. Of course, with them out tonight. So I'll get the call here from J.T. Hall Coliseum on the tip. Mississippi Gulf Coast going to win it and go down and take the first shot. Going to fall short. Trojans rebound and bring it up the court. We work it down inside and turn it over. Mississippi Gulf Coast going to go right back down the court and throw it right into the Trojan traffic, and going to end up getting an easy lay in there. That's number 20, Javon Anderson, for the first 2 points of the night. Heavy defense up top on the Trojans. Trojans going to get a look outside in the corner. Number 4, Richard Jackson. Shot not going to fall. Early 2-0 lead here for Mississippi Gulf Coast. Drive to the basket here. Ball going to be bobbled and kicked out to the corner. Not going to fall. Rebounded by the Trojans, and they're going to head down to the other end of the court. Send the offense up at the top of the key. 15 left on the shot clock. Jennings with the handle and gets it inside. And a foul going to be called on number 10 for Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. That's going to be Idell Walton. So at the line for the Trojans shooting 2 is going to be number 35, Jeremiah Foster. And Foster's going to knock down his first one. Foster going to miss the second one. Shot from the wing, not going to fall. Rebounded there from Mississippi Gulf Coast. Going to get a jumper, not going to fall. Going to be rebounded by the Trojans. Both these teams 0-2 in conference play. Ball going to be stolen away there by Walton. Now 4-1 lead for Mississippi Gulf Coast. Light crowd so far here in J.T. Hall Coliseum. And a turnover there from Mississippi Delta. Pass from Jennings just kind of got away from him. Heavy pressure up top from Mississippi Gulf Coast. We're going to step aside for a second as we get a timeout here. Be back in just a bit. You're watching the Mdcc Sports Network. Welcome back. Short timeout there, 16, just under 17 minutes to play. Gulf Coast with the ball. Trying to work it inside. It's going to be stolen away there by the Trojans. And take there to the basket, number 2, Jones. And I'm going to hold that for replay. We'll look back at it in just a second. Because I actually didn't get to see that in real time, so. Foster going to commit the foul on the opposite end of the court. Of course, they missed that free throw. Could not connect on the three-point play. So at the line for Mississippi Gulf Coast going to be number 23. Unfortunately, I don't have a number for number 23. I'll look at my other roster. Sorry about that, folks. I'll try to get that here in the next few minutes. Shot going to fall. 6-3. Texting the table to see if they've got any information on number 23. It's on neither one of my rosters that I have in the truck. Mississippi Gulf Coast going to work it around the arc. Going to find a shot. It's going to be tipped there on Mississippi Delta. Slightly blocked, and then it's going to be knocked out of bounds by number 23 for the Trojans. That's Robertson. Inbound near the corner, up to the top of the key. Kicks it out towards the corner. And that was Dawson a while ago that I was trying to figure out a number 4. Darius Dawson for Mississippi Gulf Coast. And off the inbound. Heavy pressure there from Mississippi Gulf Coast, going to be stolen away. So 3-point lead here early on for Mississippi Gulf Coast, and they work it inside. Easy bucket there for number 10, Adele Walton. 8-3 lead now for the Bulldogs. Trojans in desperate need of an answer here. Get it inside. And Robertson going to miss the shot a little long. And a quick trip down the court for the Trojans. No points in a fast break there for the Bulldogs. Easy 2 points. And this is going to be Adele Walton again. Foul going to be called up at the top of the key on number 20, Javon Anderson. Anderson going to check out here. I believe a few Trojans check in as well. Three-point shot not going to fall there by the Trojans. Rebounded by Mississippi Gulf Coast. Open look at the three-point line by John Davis. It's going to fall for Mississippi Gulf Coast, extend that lead now to 10. And a foul is going to be called on the heavy pressure in the backcourt on number 5 for the Bulldogs, Donovan Sanders. Under 15 minutes to play here in the first half. Trojans get another one inside, and contact's going to be made, and foul called, and one. We're going to go to the line to shoot just one here. Walton shooting one, not going to fall. Trojans going to be able to rebound, move it around to the corner, shot not going to fall there for Mississippi Delta. And Mississippi Gulf Coast turns it over quickly. And Mississippi Delta makes their way down the court. 2 points there. Number 2, Jerome Jones. (13-7) Bulldogs slightly in control here. 13, creeping up on 13:30 to play. And a foul is going to be called. I believe they're going to get number 4, Richard Jackson. Ball going to be inbounded up under the basket. And Jaquan Roberson going to check in for Mississippi Delta. And 3-point bucket off the inbound. Number 20, Javon Anderson. Trojans going to quickly work it inside on the opposite end of the court. 2-point bucket there by Roberson. Stop and play there for the net. So inbound up around the timeline area. And pretty set offense here, and Trojans well defended up at the top, and finally he makes his way inside, and a foul is going to be called. That was John Davis who took it to the basket. Unsure who the foul was on. Jaquan Roberson going to be charged with that foul. Free throw going to fall, 19-9. Bulldogs back to a 10-point lead. Open look for the Trojans, not going to fall. Rebounded by Mississippi Gulf Coast, and they're going to rush it up the court. And the shot's nearly blocked, but overcompensates for the hand in his face, and it's going to miss, and rebounded by the Trojans. Trojans take it up the court quick. Fadeaway jumper. And that's going to be number 4 for Mississippi Delta, Richard Jackson, knocking that one down. Really appreciate, I got to say, I'll bring it up here in a second on our next break. That trip, not going to be anything successful for Mississippi Gulf Coast. Quick shot there by the Trojans. Ball gonna Layup going to be missed. Attempted dunk there. Wasn't going to be even close to being able to dunk it, but foul going to be called on number 23 for the Bulldogs. That's Darius Dawkins. It's going to bring to the line for Mississippi Delta. It's really hard to see these numbers out here. I believe that's Jones. Yes, that's Jerome Jones at the line. Gets the second one. 2 subs coming in here for Mississippi Delta. Number 20, LeJames Duckworth, and number 14, Javardrick Jackson. Going to check in as well for Mississippi Delta. 19-13, Mississippi Gulf Coast holding on to a small lead here. Three-point shot. Open look a few feet outside the three-point line. That was number 12, DeMarcus Poe. Trojans answer on the opposite end of the court with 2. That's number 14, Javardrick Jackson, excuse me. Quick basketball here. (22-15). Trojans, good patience there by Mississippi Delta. Foul going to be called. I believe it's going to be on Dawson, or maybe not. It was going to be called on Sanders. Camera operator knew what he was doing. That's at the line. Again, it's very, very hard for me to see these numbers at the line on the jersey. I'm seeing exactly what you're seeing at home. So, well, I've got 4 angles in front of me, but I'm seeing exactly what you're seeing at home. If right now, so I believe that's number 10. And yeah, y'all got a much closer up view than I do. 22-16. Bulldogs still in control, and the ball is going to be worked down low and dunked there by Dawson. Now 24-16. Open look from the wing. That shot's going to fall. 3-point basket. Number 13 for the Trojans, Latrell Vance. Well, that's his first points of the night. Not much set offense here so far in the first half. A lot of shots being taken. And a foul is going to be called on the drive as number 23 for the Trojans, Jaquan Robertson, is fouled. Going to the line, shooting 2. Carter going to be called for his first foul. Robertson gonna miss that one. 3-point open look, number 12, DeMarcus Poe. And Trojans work it in, shoot a little bit of a long shot. And a quick trip, another open look for 3. And that's going to be number 3, Gordon, for Mississippi Gulf Coast. And a timeout's going to be called here by Mississippi Delta Community College. And with that, we're going to step aside for just a second. You are watching the Mdcc Sports Network. Welcome back. Trojan possession, trailing 11. Here with creeping up on 9 minutes to play. Works it out to the corner. Not an open look. Nearly falls. Rims out. And Trojan somehow end up with that ball right up under the basket. That one's going to go off the back of the iron. And Trojan's still going to hang on to it. Pretty aggressive fighting for the rebounds. Mississippi Delta, they work it inside. Get a three from the corner. And quickly rebounded, take it to the other end of the court by Mississippi Gulf Coast. The ball, it's going to be 2 points there for John Davis. Now a 13-point lead for Mississippi Gulf Coast. Open look. A few feet outside of the three-point line. Not going to fall for the Trojans, and Mississippi Gulf Coast going to take it to the other end. Gulf Coast shooting really, really well beyond the arc so far in the first half. Foul going to be called on number 14 for the Trojans. Javardrick Jackson going to commit that foul. Didn't see who checked in, but Jennings going to go to the bench for the Trojans. Foul going to be called on Foster on that inbounds. On the far side of on the court from us. Inbounded. Mississippi Gulf Coast drive to the basket, and man, that was a very, very aggressive foul. See what we got in replay. See what we got here. We'll throw it up there for you and see what got the look from that angle. '23 checks back in for the Trojans. Jaquan Robertson. And John Davis sinks both of the free throws. Now a 15-point lead for the Bulldogs. Robertson going to lose that ball. as he's dribbling over near the corner. Creeping up on 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Mississippi Gulf Coast moving the ball really, really well. Got a really good open look there, not going to fall. Trojans had good position up under the basket, good block out. And rebound there by Mississippi Delta. Definitely need to find some points here after a good defensive style, a good defensive stand. The opposite end of the court. And a charge is going to be called. Number 2 is going to be set for Mississippi Gulf Coast and Avery Carter. Is going to draw that charge. I think they're going to call that on number 14. Of course, there was number 14, Vargic Jackson, that committed the offensive foul. Quick trip down the court there for the Bulldogs. Darius Dawson. Going to get the 2 points, and of course he's going to foul. This is who's going to commit the foul on the opposite end of the court. So Dawson going to check out. Number 3, Javion Gordon, going to come in for the Bulldogs. At the line, Robertson, excuse me. Knocks down the first. And Robertson knocks down both. 36-21. Pressure in the backcourt there from Mississippi Delta. Fadeaway 3, going to be way off. And shot clock violation, out of bounds, whatever you want to call it there. Going to be Mississippi Delta basketball. Well defended on that trip. 36-21. Pass inside. Going to be a turnover. Mississippi Gulf Coast right there, waiting for it. Nice take there by Zero John Davis. 38-21 now. Out in front, Mississippi Gulf Coast. Drive to the basket for the Trojans. Shot going to fall short. Rebounded by Mississippi Gulf Coast, and they're going to work their way up the court quickly. And that ball is going to be knocked away by the, well, they're going to say it was knocked away by the Bulldogs. I believe Robertson checks out. And see who came in for him. 38-21. Still the score, under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Trojans get it inside. A little bit of a skyhook shot, not going to fall, and a foul on the opposite end of the court on the fast break. It's going to be number 13 for the Trojans. Latrell Vance going to commit the foul. At the line is Anthony Robinson. And Robinson sinks it. 41, I believe it's 41-21. Yes, it is. Sometimes the board doesn't get updated as fast as I wanted to on here, but 2 points there for the Trojans. Here's Richard Jackson. Yeah, I got a ton of things going on right in front of my face, so if I lag behind, that is why. Travel. Avery Carter. Three-point shot not going to fall there for Mississippi Delta. Man, fast break again and dunk on the other end of the court. Mississippi Gulf Coast getting up and down the court very, very quickly. Now a 20-point lead for the Bulldogs. Head fake and drive, and a jump shot not going to fall. Trojans in position for the rebound. Another shot not going to fall. They're missing a lot of shots up under the basket. And a travel going to be called on number 20 for Mississippi Gulf Coast. Good turnover there for Javon Anderson. Sub coming in for the Bulldogs, going to be number 12. DeMarcus Poe. Another stop in action here. I think there's going to be something called away from. Something's going to be called away from the ball. They're going to call it on Anthony Robinson. I didn't see what happened there. Vardrick Jackson shooting 2. First one not going to fall. 3:01 to play. Jackson knocks down the second one. And a turnover there, Mississippi Gulf Coast. Well, so I say that. Having to crawl up under the bleachers on the far side of the court, I believe it was number 4. Well, Anthony Robinson had the handles inside and threw away, but I guess it went off of a Trojan. So Mississippi Gulf Coast maintains possession. Foul going to be called on Mississippi Delta. That is, it's going to be Jordan Jennings commits that foul for the Trojans. At the line, shooting 2. It's Javion Gordon. This is the first. Avery Carter comes back in for Mississippi Gulf Coast. Checks back in there. 20-point lead. Nearing halftime. Here in Moorhead, Mississippi. Drive to the basket by the Trojans. Nice little lay-in there by number 2. Jerome Jones. Good defense up over near the Trojan bench. Trojans making them work here, and tough lay-in. John Davis, 2-point bucket. And Trojans get it inside, knocked away by number 3, Javion Gordon for the Bulldogs. Inbound right up under the basket for the Trojans, and they're gonna miss the shot right off the inbound, and the Trojans gonna knock it out of bounds. Good hustle there by number 4, Richard Jackson. Just under 1:30 to play. Pass inside, knocked away there by number 14, Devardrick Jackson for the Trojans. Mississippi Gulf Coast inbound. Well, nearly walked there. Of course, Gulf Coast taking their time here as they've got a commanding lead. And that shot not going to fall. Missed dunk. By number 2, Jerome Jones. Should have been an easy lay-in. Now under a minute to play. Three-point look, not going to fall there by the Bulldogs, and a foul going to be called quickly after the rebound. That foul going to be committed by number 12, DeMarcus Poe. Excuse me. Avery Carter is going to be called for that foul. Jennings is going to go to the line to shoot 2 for Mississippi Delta. Our camera operators do lead us astray occasionally. Rarely does he make that mistake. Jennings makes that first one and misses the second one. Gulf Coast going to rebound. Pressure in the backcourt from the Trojans. Now they're going to loosen it up just a bit and pick them up at half court. 40 seconds left, or just under 40 seconds left. Several shot opportunities there. No position under the basket for rebounds for Mississippi Delta. Got to put a body on someone there. 46-27, under 20 seconds to play. Just a few seconds difference in the shot clock and the game clock. And a foul going to be committed on the block out there. That's one of my favorite things to do back in the day. Javardrick Jackson going to commit that foul. You often get away with that one up under the basket, but near the three-point line, not going to be able to get away with that much contact on the block out. 3 shots here. John Davis knocks down the first one. Davis missing that second one. Third one's going to fall. 48-27 now, Mississippi Gulf Coast. Had to be a quick shot here from the Trojans. Pulling up a few feet outside of the three-point line, almost falls, and that's going to do it for the first half. Trojans trailing 21 going into the half. We'll take a little bit of a break here and be back in about 20 minutes. You're watching the Mdcc Sports Network. Welcome back. Sorry about that, coming back a little late. Had a camera that got hit down on the far end of the court, got it back up and running. Dale Walton going to be called for a foul. And he's going to check out for the Bulldogs. I apologize. In the first half, I was looking back. I thank Coach Eric Vaughn for reaching out to me. Number 0, I was calling him John Davis the whole half. Jabari Robinson. So Robinson was the. Anytime I said the first half John Davis, it should have been Jabari Robinson. But that is what all of our rosters that are the ones online and the ones that we've been given say. So anyway, guess I should have checked those beforehand. Mississippi Gulf Coast now with a 21-point lead. Trojans work it inside, and a foul going to be called on number 20 for the Bulldogs. It's Anderson going to commit that foul. Jaquan Robertson at the line for Mississippi Delta. Knocks down the first one. Second one falls short. Ball going to be knocked away. In the corner, heavy defense there from the Trojans. Add number 23, Darius Dawson, trapped over in the corner. Going to remain Mississippi Gulf Coast basketball. Stolen away there by the Trojans. Quick shot. The opposite end of the court. Not going to fall. Probably should have waited on some teammates to get back down the court. That was number 4, Richard Jackson. For the Trojans, missing that shot, and drive to the basket there from number 23 for Mississippi Gulf Coast. Going to be fouled. Jaquan Robertson. At the line now, shooting 2 is Darius Dawson. Trell Vance going to check in for Mississippi Delta. First shot not going to fall. Trojans get a second chance up under the basket. Man, a lot of things happening here. Trojans finally end up with 2 points there. Not really sure who that was. I couldn't really tell. I think it's 35. Foster, who scores for the Trojans. Charge going to be called here. Mississippi Gulf Coast. Jabari Robinson Going to commit that foul. Easy lay-in, good take to the basket there by number 2 for Mississippi Delta. Jerome Jones. Fadeaway jumper not going to fall there for Mississippi Gulf Coast. Rebounded by the Trojans. Jones going to bring it up for the Trojans. Resetting the offense and working inside Mississippi Delta. Several things could have been called there. Foul going to be called on number 4, Anthony Robinson for the Bulldogs. Jeremiah Foster at the line now for Mississippi Delta. Avery Carter comes in for Mississippi Gulf Coast. Second shot short. Trojans rebound. Lay it back in. It's number 13, Latrell Vance with the rebound and lay in. Alley-oop right there to Avery Carter. Three-point shot not going to fall, and rebound. Ball knocked away by Mississippi Gulf Coast. Going to remain Mississippi Delta basketball up under their own basket. Inbound, right back to the inbounder, Latrell Vance. Nice little play there by Mississippi Delta. Quick shot from the corner, not going to fall, rebounded by Delta. On the opposite end of the court, 52-38. Trojans making their way back into this thing a little bit. Nice shot just in front of the three-point line by Jaquan Robertson. Now a 12-point ball game. And Trojans get another stop on the defensive end. Big possession here. Three-point shot would bring them within 10. Robertson looks like he's going to shoot from the same spot again, then takes it to the basket. Rebounds his own shot, misses again, and then finally draws the foul. And Jaquan Robertson going to get the line to shoot 2 for Mississippi Delta. Got to give it to the Trojans here, not giving up. Foul was called on number 23, Darius Dawson. 2 subs checking in, number 4 for Mississippi Delta. Richard Jackson comes in, I think it was number 3. Javion Gordon came in for the Bulldogs. And Robertson going to miss the second one. And violation going to be called. Gulf Coast stepped in the lane a little early. And that shot's not going to fall. (52-41). Big change here in the last 5 minutes of this ball game. Nice fake there, and wow, good pickup on the help side defense. Pretty good defensive possession there by the Trojans, but defensive stand, my bad. Still good take there by Mississippi Gulf Coast, finds 2 points. Leading 54-41 over Mississippi Delta Community College. Got 14:27 to play. We'll step aside for a second. You're watching the MDCC Sports Network. Welcome back. Tuesday night, Mississippi Delta ladies basketball will be here versus Northwest at JT Hall Coliseum. Men will be away, I believe, at Northwest. Of course, you can watch the women's action here live on the Mdcc Sports Network. I believe a foul was called there on Jeremiah Foster. Men will be back here, I believe it's next Thursday. I'll confirm that on the calendar real quick. And men's basketball will be here next Thursday, the 19th. So Tuesday and Thursday of next week, got action here in JT Hall Coliseum, 54-41 in this ball game. The Bulldogs, Mississippi Gulf Coast, been in control for a while here, but Mississippi Delta working their way back into this one. Trojans working inside. Worked pretty well the second half, getting inside. 14. Javardra Jackson, 2 points there for the Trojans. So now an 11-point ball game. Quick take to the basket. Little floater going to fall. Number 5, Donovan Sanders. And a 3-point bucket there. Open look. Number 13, Latrell Vance. Now a 10-point ball game. One-on-one right here. And shot going to be missed, but it's going to be put back up by number 35, Jeremiah Foster. So now within 10 points, the Trojans, who have trailed as much, I believe it was as much as 22 points. No 20 for sure. 56-48, Mississippi Gulf Coast in the lead. Not 3-point shot not going to fall. Mississippi Gulf Coast on that trip. And a 3-point look going to be short. Rebounded this by the Trojans. Another 3-point look. That one was Vance. Of course, Mississippi Gulf Coast slowing things down here, using the whole shot clock. Shot going to be just inside the 3-point line, and it's going to roll in for 2. Set offense here for Mississippi Delta. They get a Get a little bit of space there for number 3, Jordan Jennings, and add a little bit of space was just enough for him to knock that one down. 58-51, three-point basket. 4 or 5 feet outside the three-point line, and on the opposite end trying to answer number 12, Marcus Poe. Ball going to stick inside the rim. That'll be Mississippi Delta basketball. What a block there. I don't know that I heard anything. Well, I guess it was a foul. Looks like I did. I didn't hear the whistle. But again, I am inside of a truck. We got a little bit of. I didn't really see what happened there. Let's look at the initial. I'll look back at the initial. Okay, so 2 technical fouls going to be called. Avery Carter is going to be called for 1 and Jaquan Robertson. Let's look at the initial contact here. See if we got it. So Carter at the line, knocks down the first. And second one falls as well. Sub going to come in for Carter. That's going to be number 3 checking in for Gulf Coast, Javion Gordon. Of course, there was after that last foul, 2 technical fouls called. Three-point look, not going to happen. And number 4, Richard Jackson, loses that ball on the rebound and knocks it out of play. 9-point lead, Mississippi Gulf Coast. And heavy pressure in the backcourt from Mississippi Delta forces the turnover. Wild pass was out of the reach of Javon Anderson. Mississippi Gulf Coast timeout going to be called by Coach Fears. Love to see the Trojans fighting for this one. We're going to step aside for just a second. We'll be back in just a bit. You're watching the Mdcc Sports Network. Welcome back. 10:30 to play in this competition. Ball going to be knocked away there by the Bulldogs. Still going to be Mississippi Delta basketball. Ball going to be inbounded right near Mississippi Delta bench. Coach Spears having a conversation here. I'm not sure what this conversation's about. Wish I had a mic closer. Seconds on the shot clock. Nice move there. Number 4, Richard Jackson for the Trojans. Trying to get replay working to hold that play, but turnover there by Mississippi Delta. Gets away from Richard Jackson. I think I have it now. I'll throw it out there for you. What a take there by Richard Jackson. Mississippi Gulf Coast basketball here. Only leading by 7, led as much as 22 in this ball game. I'll get my words correct here in a second. Put up 2 there. Take it back to a 9-point lead. Trojans can get it inside, and possible 3-point play as number 14. Javardrick Jackson and will be fouled. Let's look at this again. Jackson going to shoot 1 from the free throw line, make it a 3-point play. So Trojans hanging around here. Six-point ball game. And Trojans, big possession here, rebounded there off the missed shot. And a quick turnover, that's unfortunate. Jerome Jones going to throw that ball away. Mississippi Gulf Coast going to take a timeout here and talk things over. And with that, we'll step aside for just a second. You're watching the Mdcc Sports Network. Welcome back. Trojans trailing 6 have fought their way back into this ball game. Under 9 minutes to play. Trojans going to force a turnover there. Quick shot there, and then stolen right back by number 2. A quick shot and miss, and steal there on after the rebound with Jerome Jones and puts it in for 2 4-point ball games. Trojans going to steal another one away. Easy lay in. So number 4, Richard Jackson brings this thing within 2. 8 minutes to play. There's not many people on campus, as you can see. Headed out of town for the holidays. Foul going to be committed. Number 20, LeJames Duckworth. Ball going to be up under the basket. Here for Mississippi Gulf Coast. Inbounded up to the top of the key. And a drive to the left side of the basket. And going to be missed the layup there. Trojans going to find a jumper. Latrell Vance ties this thing up. What a comeback. If the Trojans pull this one out, this is going to be one of the biggest comebacks I've ever been a part of in a production. Definitely seen stuff like this on TV before, but never been part of one. And a charge going to be called, an offensive foul, Latrell Vance. Trojans need to keep this momentum going. Robertson going to check in for the Trojans. He's going to come in for Vance, who's, well, actually he does not come in for Vance. I don't know who he came in for there. I was assuming he's coming in for Vance. Vance did too. Vance has been pretty hot here lately. You wouldn't want to take him out. Good defense there by the Trojans. Robinson's long body. Wow, what a quick trip and good open look there. Number 4, Richard Jackson finding the open court. And the Trojans have the first lead. I believe it is their first lead of the night. 64-62. Completely different ball club here. Man, what a hook there. Left-handed hook there by Robertson. Robertson. Now a 4-point lead for the Trojans. The crowd here getting into it. Yeah, foul going to be called there. A little bit of contact as he was trying to get over the screen. Richard Jackson going to commit that foul. What an interesting ball game. Somebody did not like that call. Number 5, Donovan Sanders at the line and sinks his first on the 1-and-1. Second one doesn't fall, rebounded there by Robertson. So right up 5:30 to play. Trojans trying to work it into Robertson. Robertson pops out, gets a little bit of a jumper. Doesn't fall, rebounded by Mississippi Gulf Coast, and a pass up down the court. They work it around and get an open 3. I think that was tipped there by the Trojans. Didn't have the best look at it, but What I really should be doing is looking at my tighter feed. I can easily see these things. 3-point shot from the corner. Not going to fall. Rebounded by Mississippi Delta. And Mississippi Delta taking their time now with a small lead. The big 6'9" Robertson going to miss the 3-point shot. He's knocked down a few just in front of the 3-point line tonight. A little bit of contact there. Able to get it away over to the corner and then rebounded up under the basket, number 5. Donovan Sanders going to put up 2. Timeout on the floor. 65-66. 4:17 to play. We're going to step aside for just a second. You're watching the Mdcc Sports Network. Welcome back. I reached out to the table. They believe the Bulldogs of Mississippi Gulf Coast led by 24 at one point. So a huge comeback for the Trojans as they are now in the lead. 66-65, big trip here with 4 minutes left in this half. Nice block there by Mississippi Gulf Coast. And a drive to the basket, gonna draw a foul, number 4. Richard Jackson gonna commit that foul, and I believe 0. Jabari Robinson gonna be at the line to shoot 2 for the Bulldogs. And the first one gonna miss off the front part of the iron. Number 35, Jeremiah Foster, gonna check in for the Trojans. Ties it up. Jabari Robinson. 66 all. Under 3:50 to play. Gulf Coast bringing back some full court pressure. That shot from Foster not going to fall. Coach Fears wanting full court pressure as well. And of course, his team scoots on back, set up for defense on the half court. Three-point shot from Robinson. Kind of forced there, not going to fall. Trojans rebound. Trojans trying to work it inside, nearly turned over. What a reverse. That's Jeremiah Foster We'll try to play that one back here in a little bit from our tighter angle. Foul going to be committed there by the Trojans. Number 3. That's Jordan Jennings. We'll play that one back real quick. Oops. So Mississippi Delta up 2. Either one of those free throws fall. 66-68. Excuse me. Trojans taking their time here. Jumper from the elbow. Not going to fall there from Foster. It's going to remain Mississippi Delta basketball as it goes off. One of the Bulldogs up under the basket. A quick turnover on the inbound from the Trojans. And easy lay-in on the opposite end of the court by number 20, Javon Anderson. I believe Mississippi Delta going to call the timeout. And we're going to step aside with them. Tie ball game, 2 minutes to play here in Moorhead, Mississippi. We'll be back in just a bit. You're watching the MDCC Sports Network. Welcome back. Press break there from Mississippi Delta. Full court press and a lay-in on the opposite end of the court, number 4, Richard Jackson. Gets the Trojans back in control. Good use of the body there, number 23. Jarius Dawson still messing me up on these numbers. Even though I've corrected them here, I'm looking for 23 in the wrong place. Another timeout here, tie ball game. We'll step aside here again. Not sure how long this one will be. Back in just a bit. You're watching MDCC Sports Network. some discussion there happening at the table. Unsure what was going on there. 70-70. 1:30 to play here in this competition. Here in 10 seconds on the shot clock. Trojans done a good job working it inside this second half. And a turnover as number 3 Jordan Jennings trying to use his body and draw some space over near the corner. Ball just got away from him. 1:02 to play. Such a fun ball game. First half wasn't so much fun. Second half just crazy. Another turnover here. Number 23, Darius Dawson, could not hold on to that ball. Timeout going to be called. And we're going to step aside again. Fun ball game here in Moorhead, Mississippi. J.T. Hall Coliseum. Be back in just a bit. Welcome back. Something's going on here at the table. I'm unsure. There's conversation at the school on the scorebook, trying to work things out here. Obviously, you try to go to break when music's playing, so stuff doesn't get flagged. But decided to pull back to let you guys know what is what's going on, what the delay is. I'm going to shoot a text to the table and see what's going on. Here's they worked it all out. So about 45 seconds left to play in this ball game. Tie ball game, and well, in regulation. So Trojans desperate need to get ahead here. Dangerous pass, but caught and could not finish. Trojans somehow hanging on to this thing. And 2-point bucket there. Trojans in the lead, 72-70. Under 20 seconds to play. Both these teams 0-2 in conference play. Both of them fighting for their first win, and a travel going to be called. And that's big right there for Mississippi Delta. Just 1 second to play. Should be a quick foul. It should seal this thing up. It's actually 3.9 seconds left of the clock. Our time got a little bit ahead, but super, super awesome. I'll leave it here. Hopefully it's just a 30-second timeout. Obviously, this is the first production I've gotten to participate in this year. I've had my crews here running everything, and we appreciate all that they've done, keeping this stuff consistent. I actually ran the production from Atlanta last week for the men's game. I was tapped into our equipment here and running things, talking to camera operators, but Monday I had a different crew in here running things, and they've done a great job making it consistent for the Mdcc Sports Network. Got a great crew of people that can help us execute what we do. And got some awesome play-by-play guys that come in and assist us as well. So I'm just now getting information from the table on what was going on while ago. It was timeouts that they were having a discussion about. How many timeouts had been taken. So 3.9 to play. As I said, the clock on, as y'all know, if anyone watched last Thursday, we had issues with the clock, and of course I reached out to somebody who had said something about it. Our hardware that normally plugs directly into the scoreboard just decided to stop working last week, so we had to go into emergency protocol and do it the old-fashioned way and let somebody run it manually, so things aren't being updated as accurately. But we will have that up and fixed here in the next couple of weeks, where it's updated in real time. 70-72, free throw, not going to fall. Shot not going to count. Trojans going to pull out a huge upset here at JT Hall Coliseum. That was just an incredible performance from the Trojans. Very, very exciting night. Thank you for joining us. You have been watching live basketball here on the Mdcc Sports Network. Trojans win 70-72. I'm Kyle Wilson. This has been a production of Rapid Play Productions, LLC. Again, thank you for joining us. See you Monday night, Tuesday night, women's basketball here.